Hello, dear students. As we have been going through our English lecture series, and in continuation of that, in the previous class, we had discussed up to point 5, and now we are in the process of going through chapter number 1, that is some basic concepts. So, as you know, this is our model 1, and under in this model 1, we are going to study all the things that you have to learn, you have to know at the time of studying grammar, English grammar. That is. So, I have to write the heading, the title of our course, and outline on English grammar. Still we are in chapter number 1. Chapter number 1, that is some basic concepts. As it has been made clear to you, in this chapter, you are going to be acquainted with, you are going to be made familiar with all the things, all the basic facts which you have to learn, which you have to study, of which you have to keep the knowledge, that is, so that your English learning process becomes easier. That is. So we had discussed up to point 5. Today it is point 6. Another thing I want to make clear, that is, in our previous class we had discussed the 6 types of sentences, and that is, of those 6 types of sentences, we had discussed point A and point B, and point C was left. So I'm going to I'm going to make an explanation of the point C of all the types of sentences. Well, first, in point A, you had made discussion about, that is, meaning-wise, a sentence might be affirmative, negative, or interrogative, or imperative, or optative, or exclamative. And mood-wise, a sentence may be one of the 3 kinds, namely indicative mode, or imperative mode, or optative mode. The point C was only left, and that had not been discussed in our previous class. In today's class, first I'll be making a discussion about that point C, and I'm not writing the type, rather we'll say point C. So still we're continuing with types of sentences. Types of sentences. Well, still point number 5 is continued. Types of sentences. Point A, point B, and point C. In point A, we had studied, that was meaning wise, it was, first one was affirmative, and the B was, it was mood wise, mood indicative, mood indicative. The third one, means C. In C, we're going to study, we're going to write the structure, structure. Structure means, for affirmative, the structure. So what is the structure for the affirmative sentence? The first structure, that is generally called the simple structure. So the simple structure of any type of sentence is made on the basis of tense. The first structure is subject plus tense plus other words. इसका मतलब जब affirmative sentence बनाते हो तो फर्स्ट affirmative का जो पहला स्ट्रक्चर है, उस स्ट्रक्चर में आप क्या करते हो, टेंस के आधार पर सेंटेंस को बनाते हो. तो what is important is, you'll come to realize later on that every affirmative sentence is not made with the help of this structure. Suppose you say एक जगह है, एक जगह, a place है मतलब each. अब a place is नहीं बोल रहे हो, you're telling there is a place. So from where does this, I mean there come? There शब्द हिंदी में दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है, but in English you are making use of there. So what I'm telling is, what I mean to say is, what I want to explain is, there are, I mean, this is the first structure, but there are so many other structures also which you have to learn in process of time. That is, but I mean, here we're only going to, I mean, make discussion, or are going to only learn the first structure of all types of sentences. So the first structure of the affirmative is this. This one is subject plus tense plus other words. This is called simple affirmative structure. Then it was, I mean, sentence type 1. Sentence type 1. The next was sentence type 2. That was negative sentence. negative, negative. And we have already mentioned mode wise it was indicative. Indicative. C. Structure. Structure. So, what is the structure? What is the first structure? It means what is the simple structure of negative? To make any sentence negative, to make the verb negative, to make the tense negative, what you have to do is, you have to make, you have to use subject plus helping verb plus not plus main verb plus other words. Again, I want to make one thing very, very clear. All negative sentences are not going to be made with the help of this structure. For that reason, I want to make it, I want to reiterate one thing, that is, first, here also I mentioned you time and again that this is not the only structure to make the affirmative, to make any affirmative sentence. This is not the only structure to be used. Similarly, to make any negative sentence, this is not the only structure to be made use of. तो मेरे कहने का मतलब है नेगेटिव बनाने के लिए केवल एक ही स्ट्रक्चर नहीं है. जैसे मैं वहां नहीं जा रहा हूं, आई एम नॉट गोइंग देयर. सपोज आप बोलते हो मैं कहीं नहीं जा रहा हूं, आई एम गोइंग नोवेयर. यहां पर आई एम नॉट गोइंग नहीं बोल रहा हूं. So what I'm telling is, in every negative sentence, this helping verb plus not plus main verb is not used. So what you have to understand is, we are now discussing only the simple structures. Simple structure of the affirmative, simple structure of the negative, like this. And also, later on, we'll be having a discussion about why these structures are available in this form. There must be a logic. You have to find the logic. You have to know the logic. What is the reason that in English, when you make any sentence, when you, arrange the words in some particular way, what is the reason that the words are being arranged in that particular manner? So, इस प्रकार से जो structure है, there is a reason, there is a logic behind the availability of this structure. Similarly, there is also a logic behind the availability of this structure of the negative type. Okay? तो मतलब क्या? इस स्ट्रक्चर को पाने के पीछे, इस स्ट्रक्चर को प्राप्त करने का पीछे एक कारण है. उस कारण को हम लोग बाद में डिस्कस करेंगे. ओके, सो नीड नॉट वरी अबाउट दैट. My purpose is not just to make mention of this structure and say no, this you have to follow. So there must be some explanation why this structure is available like this. माने ये स्ट्रक्चर अवेलेबल ऐसा क्यों हुआ, ये चीज को जानना जरूरी है. ये इतना सफिशिएंट नहीं है कि लिख देना कि हेल्पिंग वर्ब प्लस नॉट प्लस मेन वर्ब लगा देना से हो जाता है. व्हाट इज द रीजन दैट you have to make use of helping verb? What is the reason you have to make use of main verb, and why this? But suppose in Hindi, मैं पढ़ता हूँ, मैं नहीं पढ़ता हूँ. In Hindi, to make any negative sentence, just simply put नहीं before the verb. हिंदी में क्या करते हो, सेंटेंस को नेगेटिव बनाने के लिए टेंस के पहले नहीं को लगा देते हो. But in English, you do not do that. मैं पढ़ता हूँ, इंग्लिश में क्या हो गया, I read. मैं पढ़ता हूँ इंग्लिश में, मैं पढ़ता हूँ हिंदी में नेगेटिव क्या हो गया, मैं नहीं पढ़ता हूँ, नहीं को आपने लगा दिया. बट इंग्लिश में आई रीड का पहले नॉट लगा करके आप नहीं बना रहे हो. आई नॉट रीड नहीं बोल रहा हो, आप क्या बोल रहे हो, आई डू नॉट रीड. सो व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट इज यू हैव टू रियलाइज व्हाई टू मेक a negative sentence, why this helping verb is used. But in Hindi, that helping verb is not there. So the concept of rebellion was clear. So now our purpose is to learn why, what is the reason that this structures are available like this. अभी हम उस चीज को एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर रहे, खाली just now I'm writing down the structures. So you need not worry about that. You have to wait for some time. So when in our future classes we will be having discussions about them, then eventually your doubts will be made. What your doubts will be made clear. That is, this is negative structure number. That is, for negative this was the structure. For affirmative this was the structure. Next, number 3. In number 3 we discussed about the interrogative sentence. Interrogative. Mood wise it was indicative. Mood wise it was indicative. Indicative mode. Here also it was indicative mode. Here also it was indicative mode. And now we come to structure. Structure. Kyun? How? What is the way to make an interrogative sentence in English? And we're not going to explain the reason, the logic. As I have mentioned here and here also, the reason behind making use of this structure will be made clear to you in our next classes, in our future classes. But that is not the point now. That is not the time now, because if now suppose I go to explain this, the thing will not be very much clear to you. अगर मैं आपको इसका लॉजिक को भी समझाता हूँ तो आपको यहाँ पर वो बात पूरा क्लियरली समझ में नहीं आएगा. So you have to wait for some time so that you'll be in a position to understand the reason behind the using of these structures. That is structure. तो इंट्रोडक्ट बनाने के लिए आप हिंदी में क्या करते हो? जैसे मैं जा रहा हूँ, क्या मैं जा रहा हूँ? राम आ रहा है, क्या राम आ रहा है? अब क्या शब्द को सेंटेंस के शुरू में लगा देते हैं. बट इंग्लिश में क्या करते हैं? हेल्पिंग वर्ब प्लस सब्जेक्ट प्लस मेन वर्ब प्लस other words or plus question mark. That is helping verb plus subject plus main verb plus other words. Okay. So again I repeat, I'm not explaining the reason behind why this structure is available like this. ये structure ऐसा available क्यों है उसको मैं अभी discuss नहीं कर रहा हूँ. In our future classes, when an opportune time will come, at the time when you will be better prepared to understand the reason behind this structure being like this, then only I'll be explaining why this structure was obtained in this form. ये structure इस फॉर्म में कैसे अवेलेबल हुआ, जब उस स्थिति में पहुंच जाओगे समझने के लिए, तब उस जगह पर अगर उसको एक्सप्लेन किया जाएगा तो आपको बेहतर समझ में आएगा. अगर मैं इसको भी समझाने जाऊंगा तो भी आपको पूरा क्लियरली इस बात को समझ में नहीं आएगा. So for that reason, again, I'm not explaining this. That is next. Number 4. मैं हम लोग क्या डिस्कस किए थे? It was meaning wise what? Imperative. क्या था ये? Imperative sentence था. मूड के हिसाब से क्या था? Imperative मूड था. स्ट्रक्चर में क्या है? स्ट्रक्चर में क्या था? स्ट्रक्चर को अभी हम डिस्कस करेंगे. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू डील विद द स्ट्रक्चर. इंपरेटिव सेंटेंस में हमेशा आप क्या करते हो? सब्जेक्ट यू छुपा हुआ रहता है. ऑलवेज द सब्जेक्ट यू इज हिडन प्लस वर्ब का फर्स्ट फॉर्म मीन्स प्रेजेंट सिंपल. वर्ब का फर्स्ट फॉर्म V1 वर्ब का फर्स्ट फॉर्म प्लस अदर वर्ड्स जैसे कम हियर मतलब आइए, मतलब कि आप आइए. आप सब भले ही हिडन हिंदी में भी वो छिपा हुआ है, लेकिन आप हिंदी में आप नहीं बोल रहे हो. सिमिलरली इंग्लिश में भी आप यू यहां पर है बट यू आर नॉट मेंशनिंग द वर्ड यू. आप सीधा बोल रहे हो कम हियर, गो देयर, प्लीज हेल्प मी. यू प्लीज हेल्प मी नहीं बोल रहे हो. गो देयर, यू गो देयर नहीं बोल रहे हो. सो हियर यू कम टू रियलाइज, यू को अगर बोलते हो आप यहां आए, ये सेंटेंस सुनने में उतना इंपरेटिव नहीं लग रहा है जितना कि आप जितने की यहां आइए. मीन्स सपोज इन हिंदी ऑल्सो अगर आप यू को लगा देते हो, द सेंटेंस विल नॉट बी रॉन्ग, बट the feeling of giving order, giving request will not be so much available from that sentence. Okay? That is means you is always what hidden in imperative sentence. And as we have already studied, we have discussed in our previous class, in the imperative sentence you make use of sentences from where a sense of order, a sense of warning, sense of advice, sense of request. These are things are there. That is, these type of sense are there. That is order, request, warning, threat. That is it was type number 4. That is imperative sentence. Mode wise also imperative, means meaning wise also imperative, mode wise also imperative. And structure was you plus the first form of the verb. That is, and when we'll be studying more and more, when we'll be going through the chapter of verb, at the time this thing will be clear. Why in the imperative sentence the first form of the verb is used. At the time the reason, the logic also will be made more clear. Okay, that is okay. And in that situation you'll be better prepared, you'll be in a better condition to realize, to feel why this structure why to make the imperative sentence first form is used. That is next. There's shortage of space, so I'm erasing it. Okay, very clear. There is first we made mention of meaning wise it was affirmative, meaning wise it was negative, meaning wise it was indicative, meaning wise it was interrogative, meaning wise it was imperative. Second, it was mood wise. Okay, next. So I erase. So what is happening is we're writing down the structures, okay, in point number C. Okay, and so it up to point 4. Now it was type number sentence type 5. What is, meaning wise it was optative. Meaning wise it was optative. It was point A. It was point A. That is meaning wise optative. Mood also optative. Structure. What is structure to make the optative sentence? यदि पंखा चल रहा होता, यदि ट्रेन आ रही होती, as you have, as example we have written, if fan were moving. So the structure will be if plus subject plus related tense plural number. Related tense plural number, या फिर past tense and plural number plus other words. यदि ट्रेन आ रही होती, if the train were coming, past tense plural number, What I made mention here, what I mentioned here, related tense यानी संबंधित tense का plural number या past tense और plural number. So you, I mean, may realize one thing from this structure. In the operative sentence, a plural number of the verb is used, irrespective of the subject being of any person, any number. चाहे सब्जेक्ट फर्स्ट पर्सन हो, सेकंड पर्सन हो या थर्ड पर्सन हो, सिंगुलर हो या प्लूरल हो, ऑपरेटिव मोड में क्रिया का रूप हमेशा प्लूरल नंबर में रहेगा. तो here one thing has been clear, that is related tense plural number. This is the most important thing to be observed at the time of studying the operative mode sentences. ऑपरेटिव मोड का जो स्ट्रक्चर है, यहाँ पर एक चीज आपको फील करना है कि always it is plural number. It is plural number. Okay, that is it. So, as I have said to you, as I have explained, as I have mentioned, in my earlier statements, that the first one here, this is not the only structure. There may be some other structures also. As I have said, for the affirmative, the structure that we wrote now, that we have written just a few minutes ago here before, in the affirmative, there is subject plus tense plus other. This is not the only structure. There must be some other structures also. Similarly, for the negative, to make a negative sentence, the structure that we wrote, that is subject plus helping verb plus not plus meant by, this is not the only structures. There are some other structures also. Similarly, here you will come to realize later on that this is not the only structure. There are some other structures also. But we will be discussing about those structures in our next class, in our future classes. That is. So, structure E plus subject plus related tense and tense plural number, or past tense and plural number plus other words. That is. Next, number 6. It was exclamatory. Meaning wise, exclamatory. Mode, it was indicative mode. Here it was indicative mode. Next, structure. What is the structure? The structure is, जैसे हिंदी में जैसे लिखते हो, क्या पंखा चल रहा है, क्या ट्रेन चली गई है, वाह आपका आंसर बहुत अच्छा है. So that is, तो exclamatory word को, what happens to say, the exclamatory words are used independently. So when a word is used independently, so its place remains same as it is in Hindi. क्या ट्रेन चली गई है, क्या को आप हिंदी में कहाँ लगा रहे हो, सेंटेंस के शुरू में लगा रहे हो. Similarly, in English also, at the time of making the exclamatory sentence, you have to put what in the beginning, at the start of the sentence. तो structure क्या है? Exclamatory word, exclamatory word in विस्मयोदक शब्द plus affirmative या फिर नेगेटिव सेंटेंस, affirmative या फिर नेगेटिव सेंटेंस प्लस exclamatory sign. That is, I've already mentioned exclamatory sentences are some they are some reaction type sentences. Sometimes we we find ourselves in some different type of situations, and suddenly some expressions come out of our mouth, like suppose you are surprised, wow, wonderful, excellent, great. These words come out from your mouth instantaneously. So grammatically this word is not important. This word, exclamatory word, is just an expression, thrusting out of some feelings from inside a speaker. Suppose you are going to an examination hall, and just 20 minutes is left, and suddenly on the way to the examination hall, you come to realize you, what you remember, you feel that you are missing, you have forgot your admit card. Suddenly you say, I have forgot my admit card. Oh my God, I have forgot the admit card. No one has said to you anything. Instantaneously, word that is, oh my God, I forgot my admit card. Oh shit, I have forgot my admit card. Oh no, I have forgot my admit card. Here you, I have forgot my admit card. I have forgot my admit card. I have forgot my admit card. You're making it the same sentence, but different expressions are there. So these are the expressions. So exclamatory sentence are a way of expressing, a way of producing some expressions of surprise, anger, angst, sadness, the pleasure, displeasure, like this. Okay? So for C, we made discussion about the structures, but we have not explained them. Okay, we have not made much analysis of those structures, and I have said when the time will be right, when it will be right time, so that it will be easy for you to understand the logic behind the availability of the structures. Then only it will be suitable for me to make any effort to explain the reason behind the structure, because these are not the only structures. Again, I repeat, these are not the only structures. So this is not the only structure. This is not the only structure. So other structures also are there. Okay. So need not worry about that. Okay. That is. So up to now we discussed the types of sentences. What? First, meaning wise. It was second, mood wise. Next, it was structure wise. Okay. That is. Again, you have to write down a note. Note. What is the note? In every sentence, there must be a mood. Mood comes out from the tense. Mood comes out from the tense. So, note. What is the note? Note is, that is, in every structure, in every structure, there will be use a tense form. And a mood will surely be presented through that form. In every structure, there will be used a tense form, and a mood will surely be presented through that form. स्ट्रक्चर कुछ भी हो, अफर्मेटिव में भी एक मूड होगा, नेगेटिव में भी इंट्रोगेटिव एक मूड होगा, इंट्रोगेटिव सेंटेंस में भी मूड होगा. तो व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट इज, जस्ट अफर्मेटिव में कितना मूड होगा? अफर्मेटिव सेंटेंस में ओनली इंडिकेटिव मूड होगा. नेगेटिव में कितना मूड होगा? सपोज आई आस्क यू नेगेटिव, नेगेटिव सेंटेंस, अब वास्तविकता को नेगेटिव बना सकते हो, आदेश का भी नेगेटिव बना सकते हो, प्रश्न और कल्पना का भी नेगेटिव बना सकते हो. मीन्स नेगेटिव सेंटेंस में तीनों मूड हो सकते हैं. लेकिन जब हम यहाँ पर स्ट्रक्चर को लिखे, उसमें जो एग्जांपल लिखे थे, क्या लिखे थे कि पंखा नहीं चल रहा है. इस सेंटेंस में अगर आप ऑब्जर्व करते हो, देखते हो, तो इस सेंटेंस में क्या हो रहा है? इंडिकेटिव मूड का नेगेटिव बनाया गया है. बट अगर आप चाहोगे तो आप इंपरेटिव सेंटेंस का भी नेगेटिव बना सकते हो, ऑप्टेटिव का भी नेगेटिव बना सकते हो. सो व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट इज कि मोड को आपको रियलाइज करना है, एंड यू हैव टू मेक यूज ऑफ योर कॉमन सेंस टू द आई मीन utmost extent, to largest extent, so that the thing will not be very complicated to you. Okay, that is so. It was up to this point for today's class. In our next classes, we will be discussing that is, as I have said, we are still in chapter number 1, means it is basic concepts. Okay, and today also we dealt with point number that was 5, that was types of sentences. Okay, that is so the series, chapter 1, some basic concepts to be continued. So let us stop today's class. Hope you're feeling it easy, you're feeling it handy, and whatever I'm sending to you through my video lectures, they are coming, they're becoming of help to you. Thank you.